Jason, from my knowledge, is so far a B tier, but we are about to play him to have an actual personal opinion instead of what I've gleaned from Twitter. Oh, his cosmetics aren't sets. Would you look at that? Well, then I want the shovel. Nice. So his entire bio is him fist fighting the unknown and then killing Zarina? That's funny. I'll hook people today, but I won't hook people when he actually comes out. Because there's no reason to. They didn't change anything. There's this one that makes me undetectable. Oh, I too hit people. That's cool. We are going against bots though. Oh yeah, I don't have a spike because I have to reload somewhere else. The bot's got moves. Intentional. Pallets. That's pretty quick. Fast reload. Yeah, that's pretty instant. Okay. Okay, I don't like that the spikes block my entire vision though. That's kind of annoying. As we were trying to aim. I think so, but like, I play Huntress. I know where the middle of my fucking screen is. I don't... I would prefer just having it more to the side. I do like that. Nice to see that hasn't changed though. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Yeah, that one's a lot more lame. Did I bring a Mori? Oh, this is a different type of BM. Well, we know there's supposed to be a gas can there. So that's kind of funny. Does that also mean all of Jason's main weapons have to be metal? Because if it's not, you just can't get the sparks. 33 minutes? Oh. Always night here. Just tie me up and edge me, will ya? Fuck me. Okay, bye. Oh. Cool. He doesn't have a weapon, so I just get Vulpus for free, you know? And I have elusive. Yeah, I love giving survivors 3 good perks in an update and killers kind of 3 shitty ones. That's so fun. I can lift this kind of stupid because of the elusive, by the way. And he lost me. Yeah, I am thinking about it from a hunter's point of view of how annoying that is. Because it's just like, oh, you turn a corner. Because elusive gives no scratch mark and no injured noise. That's really stupid. There needs to be a time limit on how often you can do that, because any loop, you're just gonna be literally untrackable. You know some things. What I find funny about that is everything you know is probably still accurate too. The fuck is he aiming at? Oh, thank you, David. David, I think I'm getting tunneled. Oh, thank you, David. Blind him. And I have elusive, so he loses me. Next update's not gonna be fun for Killer. And it's already not been fun for Killer. Yeah, this cross-examination perk is stupid. Oh, my queue got canceled. I love Dead by Daylight. Barely miss. Okay, so there's like a slight delay for actually hitting it. It's not a lot. It doesn't have the new perk. I just don't want him going to the pallets. Me grabbing that prohibits it. So it's not like Wesker where I need them to hit anything. I just need to hit them with the weapon. It's more good serve perks that kind of add to already the amount of good serve perks we have. It's kind of where my mind is. I'm like, do we really need more? I like that. I thought the hitbox would be wider for that, my bad. Good job not vaulting. Damage the generator? There's no reason to. Does she have Lucky Break? Why would you run fucking Lucky Break in the PT? Whatever. I'm pretty sure I can hit through that. I like Jason. He's fun. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I mean, I think Jason's okay. I'm just kind of frustrated that there's nothing else this update besides Jason. The vertical hitbox is larger than the other horizontal hitbox, which I find intriguing. What do you think of the new serve perks? I'm gonna be upset if none of them get nerfed. The elusive one is really boring. I don't think it needs to be in the game. It's a good perk though, so you should run it. I just find a perk that's like purely stealth like that pretty boring. Oh. What? Okay, he's dead. I didn't even fucking realize Sable was here. What is happening? I'm just gonna quickly kill him. No, victory. Ah, fuck, I missed. Did you just hold W? I can't hit through that good. Missed the flick. Still want to try getting it though. Alright, GG's. When does the fire go out? Yeah, pretty quickly. That's cool though. Corpse is just there. I like the idea of Jason of killing off every people in Mori's and whatnot. And then like as you're doing that, the Surai's gonna walk around and find their teammates' corpses around. I think that part's neat. I don't know, I don't have much to add. His power's just kind of neat, and it seems like there's gonna be a skill ceiling to eventually like, you know, get good at, but kind of have to wait until he's fully out for me to want to delve into that. He's cool though. He's different enough from Huntress compared to Springtrap, who's very similar to Huntress, where I actually want to, you know, put some time into him as another range killer. But I'll probably still mostly play Hunty as my range killer of choice. Playing against Jason, if you think about it. If you try queuing up killer after Jason releases, your queues will be 30 minutes anyway. You might as well play Jason. The question is, are you gonna buy Jason? Because he is gonna cost money. I'm kind of hoping I get him for free, even though he's a licensed chapter. First thing, Mandy said 10 minutes ago on the forums that there are no plans to have live design changes during new content releases anymore, as history has shown that it is more problematic in getting feedback on new content as well as the changes. That probably has to do with the Krazu PTB testing anti-tunneling and anti-slug. However, I don't think literally having 0 perk changes at all is a good compensation for that. That probably means mid chapters will be larger, but that also means that they're doing this right before anniversary, which just so happens to be, you know, where a bunch of new players join in, and it makes me think that they don't want the new players to see a bunch of old videos or a bunch of their friends tell them what's meta and then it suddenly not be true, instead of them actually changing anything. This also makes you think, maybe next update will have something meaningful, and I'm not gonna get my hopes up on that end. The update itself is really lackluster because of that. You have Jason, a new survivor who isn't in it, and then 6 perks, which, more aura customizations. This stuff kind of means nothing at this point. This is still catch up, and I'm gonna be honest, this part just doesn't matter to me. And then a bunch of bug fixes. Jason's perks, I'm gonna go in order. Scared to Death, which is a hex. After you hook 3 different survivors, a dull totem ignites, which means you have to hook people, so it's bad. While chasing a survivor, whenever you basic break a pallet, survivors within 13 meters scream and gain hindered for 3 seconds. However, you are still breaking the pallet, so survivors are gaining distance. And due to the pallet density update, there is always a pallet nearby. And it's a hex totem, so they can get rid of it. So that perk is not good. It's kind of mid. You can maybe get some value of it, but they'll probably cleanse it really early or just not bother because there's no point to. Because you have to basic break a pallet, so it doesn't work with pallet breaks like Billy or Oni, so it's only really viable with Brutal Strength, and then you're running 2 anti-pallet perks, which just, kind of mid. Silent Shadow. When the trial starts, you gain undetectable for 13 seconds or until you down a survivor. Crazy to down someone in 13 seconds. When all generators are completed, you gain undetectable. Personal opinion, if they added all undetectable gains a linger effect of 2 seconds, it would be a pretty good perk. Otherwise, it is mid if you want to run a gimmick build, or just plain awful. There are some things you can do, such as Hillbillies, Chainsaw is silent outside the Terradius add-on for some super funny moments. However, the perk in general is going to be map reliant as well as build reliant. And the survivors have to just be blind. It's not hard to counter undetectable stuff if you're paying attention, especially if you have comms, which I would not assume people have, but if you're paying attention, it's pretty easy to counter. Of course, maps like Midwich or RPD make this a pretty good perk. However, it's not a good perk, it's just mid, at best. So it's usually typically really niche. Rampage. Whenever you basic break a pallet or breakable wall, you gain a token, up to 13. Whenever you are blinded or pallet stunned, for the next 13 seconds, you gain 1% haste for each token. Cooldown is 20 seconds. It doesn't say it uses up a token, but it's another you have to basic break, so it is unusable with Billy or Blight because you will power break a lot of pallets with those characters, so it's really only useful on Trapper. Why would you use this? So say you're at 13% haste for 13 seconds. You have to break the pallet, which is about, 2 seconds. So really it's 11 seconds of the haste after you've already broken 13 pallets on the map, and there's like roughly 15 to 18. At that point, you lost. So the perk has too high of a number to be meaningful, just realistically speaking, unless you're on like the game. But if you're breaking every single pallet as Trapper, I'm just gonna say it, you suck. You should have, zoned the survivor here or there, or the survivor should have, you should have won a 50-50. So all 3 of Jason's perks are very niche to just bad. The survivor perks, on the other hand, are really good. Wide open throttle. Whenever you fast fall a pallet, you gain 15% haste for 3 seconds. The pallet is reset, blocked for 60 seconds, and all survivors see its aura, with a cooldown of 60 seconds. So they power crept any means necessary, made a better version of the perk, and gave it a miniature life. If you don't think wide open throttle is meta, then you are the same person who doesn't think shoulder the burden is meta. This is another perk in my line, similar to Fixated and Finesse, where they shouldn't apply exhaustion themselves, but they should turn off if you become exhausted. That is to make it 1, not work with other exhaustion perks, and 2, incentivize killers to run exhaustion perks to make exhaustion exist, to counter, other looping things. It is an insane perk that I would be surprised if doesn't get nerfed before live, but you know what? Behavior hasn't shocked me yet, so we'll probably go live as normal. Lend a hand. Once per trial and per survivor, after you have blessed or cleansed one totem while healing another survivor, use F to give them 4 permanent healing charges. Botany is going to probably still be ran over this because it's more consistent and doesn't involve you going out of your way for totems, but Lend a Hand will actually be good if you want something that is more widespread to the team, but you could also just run Circle of Healing. It's not bad though, because a heal is 16 charges, so it lowers it down to 12. It's just, you can only do it once per survivor. It's just kind of, it makes everyone have 12 second heals. It's just kind of iffy when you could just run botany instead. And then lastly, cross-examination. While in the killer's tear radius, the killer leaves light marks that last for 10 seconds that you can see. While in the killer's light marks, you gain elusive. This ends after 5 seconds. I'm gonna be honest, that sounds miserable to go against, and will probably be meta because it's better lightweight, which is a general perk. It is a pretty good perk though. So the survivors gain 2 good perks and 1 mid perk, and the killers have gained a mid perk and 2 bad perks. There is nothing else in this update.